So we're just trying to tear that down. So they said as soon as that's complete, as soon as they have evidence that there's no more contraband material on the internet, they will announce the name of the app, and we will be able to get materials to promote the app. So a lot of it's going to be digital. They said there's going to be banners and all sorts of stuff for that. It's digital that we'll be able to download and to use in our advertising, like on Facebook or on Instagram or Twitter or uh, IBO Exchange or anything like that. Um, but there's also going to be written materials. And when they announce that the app is coming out, they'll give us a couple weeks' notice, they said, but it should be pretty soon because they said they are on schedule for launching before the end of the month. So that'll be a good thing. And the other thing that will prevent them, they said, is if there's a glitch with either iTunes or Google Play, and they would need to meet with some more criteria to launch the app. Hello, David. Where am I? I'm in Ohio. Hey.
I don't know where you are.
You reached a winning team training call. Please let us know who you are, where you're calling from.
Wally from Arizona.
Hello, Wally.
Hello.
Good evening, Wally.
Hello. Is that David?
No, that's Mike.
Robert?
That's Mike.
Oh, Mike. Yeah, without seeing a face, I just put my hearing aids in. I can hear you guys a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's doable, but it's a little difficult to send a face over the phone.
Yeah, it is.
So.
But anyway, Ray, we're just waiting for the launch of the app. Wally, did you hear anything about when they're going to be coming out with the name of the app?
No,
Tonight?
it's still waiting. I found 3 different websites today, and I sent them into compliance that haven't been taken down or should have been taken down. One thing, Dave, we talked a little bit about the Q&A format that they've been using.
Yeah.
I sent an email up to Rob, and I kind of explained what the situation was, that the Q&A format's not really that effective because a lot of times, since there's multiple people making calls, handling the calls as administrator, the same question is being asked and answered over and over, and I said it's redundant. And I said, why don't you make a change, pick a topic, I don't care what it is, something structured regarding the app itself, devote the first 15 or 20 minutes discussing that feature or that whatever, and then open it up to Q&A. And he wrote back and said, great idea, he's going to do that. So the format on the calls is probably going to change, not only on because I repeated it up to the fundraiser group too, nonprofit, because same thing. Today on the call, I don't know if any of you guys were on the call, but so many of the questions he was answering were questions either A, that they could find the answers to in the FAQs, or that they were questions that had already been answered. So again, I got tired of it and I left. So they're gonna, hopefully we'll see a slightly different format in the calls. It'll be more beneficial, I think. In fact, I know it will.
Well, if people would just listen to the recordings, it would get their answers.
Yeah, really.
Instead of calling in and wasting a bunch of people's time.
Exactly. You got 100, 200, 500 people on a call, and they're asking these inane questions that they already get the answers to if they just do a little bit of their own homework.
Mm-hmm.
But so anyway, I think it'll work out a little bit better if they make that change. At least then we'll get some relevant information.
Yeah.
Wally and Dave and I posted
Right.
today on our Skype chat rooms, a request that anybody that has anything that is not compliant in the way of comments or anything else on the chat rooms, if they'll go back and delete them or remove them. I don't want anybody on our chat room stumbling because they have things on there that need to be removed that are not compliant. I don't. I sent the same message to both of y'all on individually, but I was felt real sure that y'all would take care of that anyway.
Right.
But
I just went through my list and I couldn't find anything I had said beyond welcoming people to the team.
it was. I went.
Did you see something, Mike?
No, well, I did see one or two, but for the most part, it seems to be pretty clean. I just want to make sure we kind of keep it clean and make sure it
Hmm.
passes muster, and just in case,
Great.
because this, the winning team chat rooms have become very popular for this United Games discussion. So,
Hmm.
which is good. I mean, it's something I like, but we do need to kind
Can
of keep it non-affiliate.
I don't think that they can I don't think United Games can come into our chat room without us inviting him though. Mike.
Um,
Uh,
I just didn't want to take a chance.
right. Uh, I think it's stuff like that we published on the internet,
Yeah,
like
right. Yeah,
at Facebook and Twitter,
I agree with you.
Instagram, and Snapchat and stuff like that. I don't know. What do you think, Wally?
Yeah, that's it. They're looking for any social sites because that's where the information would be repeated and resent and you post something up there and somebody likes it, they highlight it and copy it and throw it into something that they're doing,
Yeah.
and you've lost control of it because once it's in public domain, you really don't know, because there are some people, I don't know if you noticed on YouTube that they may have a half a dozen different sites on their site, and they're using those sites, including in this case United Games, as a prop for their particular service, whatever that service might be. And so you've really lost control of it. I don't know how you get those people to take that down because United Games has no control over them.
You're right.
I guess they can ask them to, but if the guy says go fly a kite, I don't know. I don't know what the alternative is. I guess it's copyrighted material, so I guess that's the advantage they've got. They can enforce copyright laws. I've never noticed, but I'm sure that on the bottom of those pages there are. Let's see. Oh yeah, all rights reserved. Yeah, right. Okay. 2016 United Games, all rights reserved. So that's their protection. So if somebody uses, plugs in the United Games site on their website, United Games can say, hey, look, if you notice on the bottom of that page, all rights are reserved, and we didn't give you permission, so you've got 20 seconds to take it down. And that's how they can get around that. So they're good. They're covered.
Okay.
I would have expected that anyway from this group because they seem to have every base covered.
Mm-hmm.
I have spent a couple days here trying to find everything that I had posted anywhere and everywhere, bring it down. But I hope I got it all.
Did everybody get their from Lloyd, that idea about contacting your incompletes?
I tell you the truth, Wally. I'm going to wait until the app comes out because I still have 15 days after that.
Well, I composed a letter and I sent it out to all. I only had 3, and I sent it out to each one of them. And I just asked them that if you have no intention of completing a transaction, could I ask a favor? I've got several people who did not have the opportunity to become an affiliate before the pause began. It's possible to install someone in an account to do this, because what we need is like Lloyd said. I said, well, exactly how does this work? He said, well, they have to give you a password. He said, make up a password with their name, like Ken S123, and if he does that and sends that back to me that he's done it, then I can get into his account and change the information to anybody that I want.
Okay.
If you guys want that letter, I'll put it up in the
Yep.
Can you email it to me?
Yeah, I can email it.
That might be.
Yeah, email it. That way
That might be better.
send it out to the team.
We can send it down the line that way.
Okay.
Because
I'll
not everybody's on Skype.
Yeah, oh, okay, yeah. All right, I'll email it to you, Dave, and then you can email it to your team.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Ow.
So I wrote a new song. I shared it with Mike last night. You want to hear it, Wally and Pastor Ray?
Yeah.
You know that old hymn, "Bringing in the Sheaves," right?
Yeah.
You know, "Bringing in the sheaves," bring all that. Well, I wrote new lyrics. I wrote new lyrics that go, "Rolling in the dough, rolling in the dough. We will come rejoicing, rolling in the dough."
Oh man,
That's terrible. I
Yeah, that's a takeoff of a 17th century melody. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I was talking with Lloyd a little bit earlier today, and I shared a little bit with him about the church thing, and we got to talking that there's going to be opportunities opening up for people after the launch that right now they don't even know exist, and it's going to be incredible with stumble into some things that open up a door of hundreds or thousands of players, and just create a stockpile of cash that you could even begin to spend if you lived 100 years.
if you have a problem, let me know. I'll help you.
Yeah, I told Dave, and it's something that I don't know. Dave, did you mention it to anybody?
Okay.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
A little story. The guy that's working on a nominating committee for the church council asked me if I'd be willing to serve and run for the evangelism position, which is open on the council because the guy that presently is there is moving back to Minnesota. And I said, well, okay. I said, tell me a little bit about what you're looking for. So he told me, and as he was talking, I said, it appears the church is just like every other organization. There's two things they need. One is people, and the other is money. And I said, in my pocket, I've got a tool that does exactly those two things. Gives you people and gives you money. You want to hear about it? And he said, well, guy, yeah, tell me all about it. So I started talking to him. And so we already have our first meeting set up for next Monday to make the presentation. This is on a bigger version. The evangelism for the church, that'll be a piece of cake because there's nobody else going to run against me, I found out. So that'll happen automatically. And then I want to meet with the pastor and the director of Christian education who takes care of all the youth groups. He works with all the high schools in the area, and we'll get them on board with the app. But the big thing is it's a Lutheran church, so it's already gone. This idea that they're talking about has already gone through the Senate, and that's to create an online church or an internet church. Be the first one of its kind, a true traditional denomination online church. And the Senate has already said yes, go ahead and move on it. And so there's a couple of people in our church that are active with the Senate. One is his son is a minister, and works up in Minnesota with the Senate, or yeah, I think they're headquartered. No, in St. Louis. I'm sorry, they're in St. Louis. And so anyway, when I was talking to Dale about the evangelism program, he said, "Well, gosh, this ties right in with what they're doing because their mission is to bring the millennials, the 20s to 40s, into the church because right now there's no vehicle that does that." I said, "Well, guess what? Same vehicle, same tool, same pocket." So we're going to set that up, which is going to open up the doors to millions of people around the world, not only here in the U.S. but all around the world. And this will be one of their primary recruiting tools. So, this just was kind of it was a serendipity. I had no idea that this was even in the works, and just in conversation with somebody, up it came. So you're all going to find the same kind of a thing, and you have no way of knowing where it's going to come from, because this app is so incredibly versatile. So you have to, my suggestion, and I'm going to do the same thing, is keep my ears and eyes open for anything that where anybody can use this app, particularly in a nonprofit structure, that they can use this app for a fundraiser. Oh, speaking of nonprofits, they said on a call today that to protect your particular position, for those of us who are working with entities that we have not yet submitted the paperwork and they're part of the pause, to send an email up to the nonprofit at unitedgames.com to protect your interest in that particular charity. For instance, I'm working with the American Legion here in the area, so I'm going to list all the posts and send them up, and of course also the church and that. So if you guys are working with any nonprofits, whatever their structure is, get an email up to nonprofit at United Games. This will protect your interests. So if someone else comes along later and says, I'm working with this group, they can say, no, Dave is already working with them, or Mike, or anybody's working with them.
Sounds good.
So that's my story for the day. I can't think of anything else on that call. Can you, Dave?
I wasn't there.
Oh, you weren't there the afternoon?
I didn't get home until almost 6:30, and then I posted my reminder for the call tonight and ate my supper and laid down for a half hour. So I was pretty.
You didn't really miss anything because there was a lot of stuff that was rehashed from prior calls.
That's what I thought it might happen. So
yeah.
They recorded it. Great. I'll listen to the recording later on. But did they record it, or was it?
Yeah, they recorded it.
So it'll be on the United Games website eventually.
Yeah.
So, but I was particularly proud of Rio last night. Definitely a person in need who will like that 5-gram card.
Well, he'll
deserve to win.
That's the paper money card, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, the 5-gram paper money card, or paper money, not card, but it's the paper money with the 5-gram ingot inserted in it, or somehow I don't. That deal is coming out sometime between now and the end of the year.
Right. They've been talking about it for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to get hold of Wes to tell him that we had a new recruit, and he never responded back to me. So
I don't know what's up with him.
Me either.
Another guy that surprised me was Mark Stevens. Remember him?
Yeah.
Because he was, he and I have been, communicating pretty closely for quite a few years now. And the other night when I sent out an email, I get one of the messages that the email bounced. So because I thought it might be this Damonet read or something. I don't know where it even comes from, but it shows up. So I just deleted that thing without even looking at it. So I sent another one out a little bit later, and a thing popped up, let me know that there was a failed email. So I opened it up and I looked, and it was Mark. So I sent a message to him. I said, "Hey, I don't know if you're aware of it, but there's something wrong with your email site because I just sent an email up to you and it bounced back to me." So I didn't hear from him. So I called a couple of times and left messages, and he never called back. So I sent a message up to him. I said, I don't know why you don't want to speak to me, but I said, I'm taking you out of the system because, he wasn't part of our team. He was just there as a guest. And I have no idea what happened there. He just either got mad at me for something. I don't know. He never said anything or anything. It was just cut off all communication. He won't take a Skype call, won't take a phone call, won't answer. I can't email him now anymore. So,
well, I have people on my team that I can't get a hold of that I've never talked to.
You never talked to Mark?
Not once.
Huh.
Mark's not on my team anyway, is he?
No, he wasn't on mine either. But
but I mean on my team that were in the United Games that signed up with United Games, and they never returned my calls. They never do anything about emails or anything like that.
Yeah, it went strange. So anyway, I pulled the plug on him, and he won't. At least I won't be dealing with bounced emails anymore.
Mm-hmm. Hope he's okay.
I do too. I'm.
Did you say Elena Stafferstein signed up?
No. No, she never did. Or at least she never did with Kim or I. She won't answer Kim's emails either. So Kim said, I wonder if she joined with someone else. I said, impossible.
No big.
But I've sent her a 3 different emails and never got a response back. Kim has done the same thing, so don't care.
One of the ladies with the willing,
park,
right, Mike?
Yep, absolutely.
Work with the willing.
I've heard somebody say that once before.
What's that?
Only one. Work with the willing.
Work with the willing.
Work with the willing.
W-I-L-L-I-N. Work with the yeah. Work with the willing. I was thinking, work with Willie.
Well, we'll work with him too.
Willie the Clown.
Yeah. Willie the Clown. Clinton.
No comment. We're not even going to go there.
Yeah, right.
let's stay away from politics, especially bad politics.
I think we're going to get good and sick of politics in the next.
Oh, I already have. I don't even listen to it anymore. I mean, they've gotten so far down in the gutter, you can't even believe it. So, hey, is William on a call?
Nope.
Oh. I wanted to talk with him for a second.
He doesn't always come to Thursdays. By the way, Ray and Wally, Mike and I were talking about starting back up with the Sunday night calls since Lloyd has gone to Monday night with his Q&A calls. I'm not even sure how long they're going to do with that, because once we launch, probably would be not a lot of need to. But the winning team will continue on. So we're talking about going back to Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern for a third call during the week. Because right now I got nothing going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I get a little stir crazy when I don't have something every 3 days. So.
Yeah, you like you have some line of communications out there. Something that Lloyd mentioned to me, and I hadn't been following up very closely with it, is in the locker room, check the events tab every day, because they may throw something up there that's not scheduled, and all of a sudden it pops up there in the event. It's a call of some kind or something. So as a FYI, every day, maybe even a couple times a day, go in and check the events tab to see if there's anything on there.
As well as news. There's news just
Yeah.
about every day now.
Yeah, same thing with news.
And the team continues to grow at the pause. We had 124, and now I'm up to 126. So, at least I think I need to look.
Yeah, I'm up. I was at 136, I believe, at the pause. Now I'm up to 236. Now I'm up to 239. So players, we're bringing players in.
Right. I know Rio is. I know Rio's still working on reaching out to people.
Oh, Dave, we were looking at those numbers last night. The tier 1 is tier 1. Tier 2 is tier 2. There's no what you're looking at is, and I look at my tier 4. That's my tier 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your tier 4 would be. Wait a minute. My tier 3 would be your tier 4.
Yeah. Right. So the numbers are right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I counted.
Yeah. And I checked mine earlier today, and my numbers are right. So what appears on the dashboard is correct in all cases. So the dashboard knows what it's doing.
That's good news.
Yeah, good news.
That's encouraging. That means maybe everything else they're doing, they know what they're doing too.
Yeah, really. Well, anybody else got anything to throw into the mix?
I don't.
If not, I'm going to bail. I've got a couple of projects I got to get done yet, and I got to get that thing done for the church. I think I'm going to make a PowerPoint presentation.
Oh, that'd be good.
Carolyn said, "You are or I am." I'll give Carolyn the input, and then she can create it with my input. We did the last one without getting to